Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
You're listening to TFG Cricket.
And we're back again. It's a cricket show, as our man Joshua says it, right? And, well, yes, you're listening to me. It's me, Siju, again on the show. Nikhil is out unwell, but he'll be back soon. I hope he gets good rest and comes back stronger, so that I will only get to talk only in football. But hey, I feel really happy to talk about this, but a special occasion happened yesterday, and all the Mumbaikars were up for it because, well, it was a blessing in disguise for the Mumbaikars. A special event for all cricket fans in Mumbai to see their man MS Dhoni as the last, his last match as a captain, because we all know he did announce the new year into, saying that, hey, I'm done with captaincy. I'll be available for matches, but I'm done with being the captain of the national side in the limited overs. And our man Vivek was on the stands. One of the few, not even few, many thousands of people, yes. Right? And he managed to squeeze in and watch this occasion, a historical moment of its own, in its own way. And all were waiting to see Dhoni fire those sixes and everything. And what a match! Even he played 68, if I'm not wrong.
That's correct, yeah. Siju.
And a few things here and there, though it was on the losing side. Nobody cares about that at the moment, because it was a big day for Dhoni and the boys, I would say, not men, because they were boys. The reserved side,
boys and girls. Let me tell you, there were so many girls.
No, I was talking about the squad.
Squad.
Yeah, I was talking about the squad because they're all young. They're all the ones who would have loved to play under Dhoni, right? Even they had a great time.
Certainly did.
His last match as a captain, and we get to play under him, right? Yeah. And his last toss. It was really an occasion as if it was the last match that we're going to ever see him play.
Yes.
Which is not the case, but still, him leading from the front is all that we, wait and see. Well, Vivek, it's all yours now.
Thank you, Siju. Thank you for a wonderful intro, extended one. Man, it was one of those moments you live for, I think, as a cricket fan or a sports fan, And this was a wonderful build-up, and obviously this was at the backdrop of MS Dhoni coming out and saying, that's it, I'm not going to be captaining the Indian team anymore. And I think this was, as they say, more of a captain swan song for MS. Yeah. I don't know if everything was pre-decided. I don't know. It's unfair to comment on these lines. But what I can tell you is it was a wonderful afternoon, evening. What a momentous occasion, You just hear the news. I think the match started at 1:30, but somewhere around 7:30, the news reached everybody that free stands, free seats, free gates, whatever you say. And that kind of, suddenly how it spread across the city, and people from all corners.
And Tuesday afternoon, mind you, it was
afternoon,
full.
Yes, you're
just
talking about
just that half of the place were under construction, or else
not even midweek,
even
midweek. Yeah. And we did the show yesterday, and we spoke about how CCI, that is Cricket Club of India, and BCCI pulled this one off, and kudos to them for making sure that Dhoni played in front of, I think, capacity, more than capacity, I should say. And the only problem was the West Stand was under construction, which, everybody would have noticed on screen. But despite that, I think...
I did see people sitting down on the floor.
People were everywhere. Number one, the capacity at the CCI is, I think, half as compared to what Wankhede can accommodate, number one. Number two, there are no bucket seats. These old school cement concrete seats. Still, everybody is like, we don't care, boss. Exactly. We are here for one man. And it is like one whistle was sent out from Churchgate station and it went to all corners of Mumbai that India has won the toss. And who's batting where. And suddenly the guesswork started, the speculation started, the anticipation grew, and the excitement also, it gripped your entire
After
body.
Every wicket, instead of, cringing or going, oh, it was like, okay, now we're more excited because Dhoni is coming out.
Absolutely. And, that's where, I left only around 1:10, 1:15. I was unsure for a lot of reasons that I would get in because...
and please tell the listeners who motivated you to go.
Oh, yes, I know. Of course. It was you. you, I'm 100%. I mean, this was like, I was unsure. I was not.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, should I not? Because some tweets that we saw from reporters, from journalists, from veteran writers that it's getting full, 10,000 people. Because this is exactly what we read, capacity of 10,000. But I will tell you, there were around 18 to 20,000 people inside. And suddenly the police lost control because there were 300 policemen around the Churchgate area. And you're talking about serious security. And when you have fans and fans start behaving like fanatics, this is what happens. You cannot control a situation.
Right.
And that's where I feel even I was let in, because initially, as I was reaching, and obviously you know how bad Bombay traffic can get, I said, okay, the best source of transport is train. And I reached Churchgate and it was just about a 2-minute walking distance. And the anticipation grew, the excitement kind of gripped my entire system, and there were goosebumps as I was entering the arena. And as I walked up, I said, my goodness, where am I going to find a seat? Mere ko khade rehne ko jagah milna chahiye, that's it. And that's where I saw all these young men, women, girls, because if you...
The places around between colleges.
Absolutely. If you know the place, if you know Churchgate, I mean, you have a commercial area at Nariman Point at Churchgate, then you have about 4-5 colleges.
Around it,
I mean, this was like one whistle and then everybody was there at the venue. And I think the initial frustration was when Dhawan and Ambati Rayudu were batting, and everybody was for an appeal. Every appeal by the English team was like, yes, out. And can you imagine who would have ever done that? We have never seen Indian fans rooting for a batsman to get out, But that was the case, and this was a big tragedy, because Ambati Rayudu scored 100 and nobody noticed, nobody gave, nobody cared. Okay,
that's
fine,
how it is.
If
it's about a one man, we also remember Sachin's, right?
Yes.
That's how it was.
That's how it is, and rightly so.
Exactly.
Yes, because you don't get this overnight. You have to work for years and years, and then only when you give your fans so much
desired result.
Yes, and time and again over so many years. So this builds up, and it was just wonderful. Finally, I think Shikhar Dhawan edged the ball behind, and some people were already chanting Dhoni, but I deep down knew it was Yuvraj's number, not Dhoni's number. And knowing Dhoni, he would say, okay, Yuvraj, you want to break into the team again, tu ja khel le yaar, main beech mein aata hu.
It's not the World Cup final anymore.
Yes, correct. See, that's why you should do more cricket shows. So, and after that, Ambati Rayudu retired, because you're allowed to retire in a practice game at the end of the day. And Dhoni walked out to, I think I have not seen a better rousing reception, a thunderous reception, I should say, than this. I mean, it was like goosebumps everywhere. Nobody could hear anything. I think Churchgate was erupting. It was like Dhoni, and you could not hear the train honking, the horn, nothing of that sort. And it was like suddenly you felt Churchgate has come alive. Forget Brabant Stadium. Forget, like Dhoni, and when I saw the sight of all the CCI members, I saw dignitaries, I saw all these big guys standing up and applauding and acknowledging this guy. Like, man, I have seen Sachin, but I missed that test match, that 200 test match. But this is something I've never seen. I've never seen a practice match attract so much. So much crowd and so many people. This was the first time, I think, 22, 23 years, I don't remember maine aisa kidhar kuch dekha hai. And this was Dhoni. One man could, like he said, I remember Mumbai in 2007, it was raining. And Mumbai was in a mess. He said, people said Mumbai cannot come to a standstill. Look what I have done, look what my team has done. This was after winning the 2000 World Cup, and he did the same thing yesterday. Phenomenal. And I lost track of the scores because there was no scorecard visible. There was no electronic board. The manual one also wasn't operating properly, because whoever was keeping track of the score, he was more keen on watching Dhoni's fireworks and not changing manually. So that was that. And I only realized when I came outside, boss, this is a 40 ball 68. And the last over, I think 23 runs came off Chris Wokes and 2 sixes came in my direction. 23 like old school slog from Dhoni, typical signature flourish. It was just brilliant. Initially he built his innings, 3 4s here and there, then some 2-3 skyscrapers. It was just just amazing, and you couldn't ask for anything better.
Finished it in style.
Finished it in style, and you were like, okay, is this the new beginning? You never know, Siju.
Exactly.
You never know. He might have 2-3 years left in him. This is a final flourish, like we already discussed, and he will play without any fear, without any pressure,
any burden,
and any burden. So that was perfect. And then suddenly, the moment 50th over was completed, the first innings was completed, Dhoni was off strike. You could see everybody rushing to the exit gate and everybody was leaving. And later on, when I came back to office, and then when I switched on the television,
we actually missed out on something. You witnessed this live. There was a fan who came out
I was coming
on
to
the
that.
field.
Yes. Good. You pointed it out.
And because we've rarely seen that happening in India. I mean, happening on this turf, because we've always seen, it's a common thing. Some naked man walks out, and some random, because they are crazy people.
Yes,
right,
yes. We have seen streakers running out, and that normally happens when you are a little intoxicated. But here, obviously,
the intoxication of Dhoni was
Dhoni. Yes, that is, I think, bigger than 10 bottles of Shiva's Regal, in my opinion. So that guy came out, and he was from the nearby stand. And fortunately, from him, the security guards were on the other side. So for them to get to him, it was a challenge. And this guy was really, he was sprinting, man, and he reached Dhoni. He shook his hand, and he was like
touched his feet.
It touched his feet, and he's trying to hug, and Dhoni was like, okay, keep off the playing area, you can do what you want. By then he was dragged off the field, and another, like everybody was standing applauding, and then he was doing the rounds. Can you believe this? He was walking around the fence, and everybody was cheering for him, everybody was applauding him. I don't know what happened with him at the end of the day. Probably they would have given him a fine or something. But suddenly he became a hero. And I know, this is one crazy fan, but you need guts, you need courage, man, to be on camera. The whole country is watching you, and suddenly you become a hit with so many other fans. So great evening, and it was. I will never forget that. I think worth the travel, worth the effort. And Dhoni, like I said, I mean, who would have thought he would just come and just tee off and score 60, 65 in absolutely no time. So it was just wonderful.
Yeah. Just on the closing points, England did play the reserve side of India, but they managed to give away 305 runs. Is that what does that mean? Does it mean that they have to really work on their side?
I think both teams will have to work on their bowling. It's no surprise for two reasons. Number one, the CCI is not a big ground. Number two, the ropes were also brought in. And obviously, you're bowling to some top-class batsmen in Ambati Raidu, Shikhar Dhawan, MS Dhoni, Yuvraj Singh and all. So I expected 300 plus. In fact, I expected a little more. But what I want to talk about is the manner in which they chased it down. It was very easy. It was a thumping win, in my opinion, although they lost 7 wickets and 2 were due to rash shots, and it just happened towards the end overs. But India, this is a wake-up call. Siju, you will remember I said this. If you take out Virat Kohli from India, they will slam us 6-0. I said this, and I'll say this again. Only Virat Kohli, in my opinion, can save the series. Otherwise, I see India losing this. And I don't know, it's very unfortunate that till the time some team plays India, the world cricket doesn't notice you. And I said the same thing about England last year, the World Cup and all that. And I'll say this again, because if you look at their top 4 batsmen, Sam Billings, Jason Roy, all these guys are coming from the BBL directly, and they're already in the groove. And for us, the switch from white to colour, the transformation is not easy, and that's where we were a little rusty, we were struggling. Okay, it's only a practice match, but there was a lot of indication given. And I think it's going to be a high scoring series. The team that bowls better is going to win. And I feel if India, even if India get around 330, 340, Siju, I'll tell you, and this happened without Ben Stokes and Joe Root, two of their most explosive hitters. And
any reason were they resting them?
No,
because
Ben
they did
Stokes,
play their full team.
That's correct. Ben Stokes was obviously rested because they really want to preserve him, and because he's a match winner and he's also injury prone. Joe Root obviously will join the team, I think, during the second or third ODI. He's not here because he's expecting the birth of his child and he's with his wife and all that. So coming back to England's strength, coming back to their formidable lineup, boss, India, I think if they don't pull up their socks, I think Jadeja, Ashwin will play a crucial role, huge in fact. I don't think the pace bowlers will have any impact in this series. So I would still give a slight edge to England over India. So given the way they beat us convincingly yesterday. Of course, we have one more match to go. That is again tomorrow. But I think Ajinkya Rahane will lead the side, and it's a 9:15 start. So although England might go down, I don't know, it could happen, but I still feel England will be the slight favourites. Sab log surprise hone wala hai sun ke.
We'll keep that to the when we are reviewing and we are
of course. We'll get into detail.
We'll get to that. Any
we'll
final
have CP
thoughts?
Thomas also.
Yeah, exactly. Final thoughts on yesterday. Just sum up. Please.
Man, sum up. Very, very happy. I was very satisfied. Got to see Dhoni live. I don't care if it was a practice match. Flourish is a flourish.
Yeah.
Slog is a slog. Yeah. Entertainment is entertainment. I just want to finish this on a high by saying, I discussed this with CP also. I said, hatred, bias, people would have cussed him. People would have said, I don't know what to MS Dhoni over the. I mean, it happens to all the. I mean, Jesus Christ was crucified.
Exactly.
So, tum kone, main kone, and who's MS Dhoni?
Yeah.
So I just have a feeling that if you just close down your eyes and if you just think about MS Dhoni, I think if you are a genuine human being, you will say thank you, MS.
Yeah, of course.
That's it.
Yeah, because he's one man who unites everyone together in one seat. That's exactly why I started the show saying, being a football fan, saying that yes, I'm happy to be on this show particularly because it's about MS Dhoni.
Thank you.
So there you go. All of that. Thanks, MS Dhoni, for all those wonderful things. Just being the cool captain that we wanted, just being calm, patient, and still with the smile on your face, doing things so easily. But at the end of the day, it was difficult. Yeah. And to taking that pressure of being the captain, it's a serious job to fill in for Virat Kohli. Let's see how he does that, and we will talk about that in length. But finally, it's MS Dhoni. It's about him, right? And that's all, folks, today. If you enjoy the show, you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit on the bell icon so you get the updates of our daily episodes, and do not miss any of the show, because if you think that we get to you all these live updates about we going here and there and sharing our experience, because that's all we do, right? And I think you should follow us. We are on Twitter, on Facebook as well as the Fan Garage. If you want to talk to Vivek directly, you can do that. He's on Twitter as Krishnan Viv. Nikhil is not here, but you can tweet to him at 42Nikhil. Have a great day, folks. Read all the extensive stories, the fantasy columns, cricket stories on our website, thefangarage.com. Have a great day. Cheers.
Our podcasts bring all the boys to the yard, and damn right, they're better than yours. But you don't need to stand outside in the yard. Just follow IVM Podcasts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We might be on Tinder too. Just go ahead and swipe right.